The Forgotten Orbiters of Homestead. People think getting lost in South Florida sounds impossible. I used to think that too. Flat land, straight roads, familiar landmarks. If you miss a turn, you just backtrack. At least, that's what I believed before I entered the homestead wilderness. My name is Spencer. I work as a land surveyor, and most of my days are spent measuring boundaries, documenting terrain, and mapping areas before construction begins. Nothing about this assignment seemed unusual. An old access road, a forgotten piece of land outside Homestead. A few days of surveying before returning home. That was the plan. The morning I arrived, everything felt normal. The air was thick with humidity. The sounds of insects filled the trees. My truck sat near the old access road while I unloaded my equipment. Survey poles, maps, measuring tools, my field notebook. It was supposed to be another routine job. The first day passed quietly. I marked boundaries, recorded measurements, checked the terrain. There was nothing unusual, nothing that suggested I had walked into a place people had been trying to forget, until I saw him. At first, I thought it was another person, far between the trees, a figure standing in the distance, still, watching. I waited for him to move. He didn't. I called out. No answer. The figure simply stood there before slowly disappearing into the forest. I told myself there was an explanation. A worker, a local, someone passing through. But something about it bothered me. The next morning I noticed things were missing. My compass was gone. A map from my equipment case had disappeared. One of my batteries was missing. Nothing else was taken. Nothing was damaged. It felt less like someone had stolen my supplies, and more like someone wanted me to notice they had been there. I searched around my campsite. That's when I found my survey markers. They weren't destroyed. They weren't removed. They had been moved deeper into the forest, placed carefully, deliberately. Someone had taken the work I had done and changed it. That was when I realized something was wrong. Over the next few days, the forest started feeling different. The same trees appeared again and again. Paths I remembered became unfamiliar. Distances didn't make sense. I would walk for what felt like hours, only to end up somewhere I had already been. And the figures returned. One became several. Always far away, always between the trees, always watching. They never chased me. They never approached. They only moved when I wasn't looking. That was what scared me the most. They weren't trying to find me. They were letting me know they knew where I was. On the second night, I stopped trying to explain it. I stayed near my camp with only a small light. The forest around me was completely dark. Then I heard it. A knock. Not from an animal. Not from a tree falling. A deliberate knock. Then another. Something was outside my camp. I heard movement. Then a voice. Quiet. Almost impossible to understand. The words were simple, but they stayed with me. The root rejects you. I didn't sleep that night. By morning, I knew I needed to leave. But finding my way back was no longer simple. The forest had changed. Or maybe I had. And somewhere beyond the trees, I found something that should never have been there.